Last Mycospawn with River for the decade. My parents drove me the hour home from Hip City, and it was deep autumn in the northern woods, what with the fiery leaf tones and brown decay. Luckily, River could visit me in the next couple of weeks before I took off to the Gold Coast, and we felt it would be fit to have a classic Mycospawn experience, a walk through good old Rollywoods. We needed to commemorate the decade of great unknown exploration with each other, and it's always good vibes to walk a usual circuit with a new lens. I was in possession of my latest crop of Brazilian Mycospawn that I wished to test drive, so we took a standard moderate dose on a day when I was sure my parents wouldn't be around. Equipped with River's new wireless headphones, we were able to each walk with a headphone in, while still being able to communicate and hear the frequencies of nature. To kick off the journey, once we made it to Rollywoods, we put on my album I had just finished recording and mastering after 2 years of work. The album is called Codex Lazuli, a concept album about how a kingdom of lapis lazuli worshippers who called themselves the Lazulians were tricked into slavery by the open arms and their manufactured products. At its bare bones, though, the album is more of a personal endeavour with poppy beats. We got deeper into the woods, and the sunshine coming through the trees was cinematic, as if from a Disney movie. There were even little spurts of leaves that would fall, coupled by the plopping of acorns, as if someone designing an autumnal level for the computer game Sims had selected falling leaves and falling acorns as environmental options which occurred at a set frequency. I wasn't paranoid about this notion of environment by design, though, having had dealt with the sentiment more than enough throughout my years, and I was rather mesmerized into bliss by the sheer beauty of the simple nature before me. These paths were a walk I had done countless times since my green power career began in my teens, yet the novelty of the forest was palpable. It was like I was back to wandering through the woods on my first golden teacher experience with James. I let my album wash over me through the headphones as we trudged along, gawking in amazement as if I hadn't spent the past 2 years tirelessly listening to that group of songs. What was this bizarre torrent of lyrics and instrumentation? What was this sonic universe I had willed into existence? Or had it used me as a conduit for its own birth? Ah, the mystery of creation. Unfortunately, the conversations we shared on this journey are lost on me for the most part. I think mostly we reminisced about good times, marvelled at the visual displays, and shared how happy we were to be there, plain and simple. After my album ended, we put on Playing the Long Game by Panda Bear, his latest single at the time, and the vibe was intensely sentimental. I feel the need to insert the lyrics to capture some essence of what I was feeling then. Waking on a maybe cloudy, maybe rain, playing at a maybe cloudy kind of game. Slip on every step amidst a morning rush, crashing like a fact, and now I'm in its clutch. I'm juking all the baggage, keep it in a straight line, and when it's separated, I can keep it in the right mind. Just one time, and then I slip into a feeling. Slip into a feeling, write a little rhyme. Ladies riding refuse like a rooster's cry. I'm tickled with a gobble. What you gonna do? Vision like a bubble right in front of you. Even when a noggin is a cup of dread. Used to be a comment, was a temporal thing, and every single good jam dries, drying on the vine, like a little sweet thing, rotting in a can. The rest of the day revolved around the consumption of green power and good food, as we kept it real during our last moments together for the foreseeable future. It was surreal to have moved onward beyond age 25 together and to have retained more or less the same fundamental energy, even after all those transformative power trips and relationships had come and gone. River will remain the ideal trip partner, one who is prone to laughter fascination, goofiness, and best of them all, reality. It's clear to me now that the ideal trip partner for me is able to ponder about and laugh at the strangest of ideas and notions, but ultimately stays grounded in the reality of the experience being a power experience, and thus nothing to worry about with regard to greater cosmic implications. In other words, I need an anchor there when I'm reaching into the great unknown, someone who can sort through what is being siphoned if I want to minimize chances of paranoia. So I bade farewell to River until next decade.